I'm not a professional gun reviewer. I'd just like to take a look at this Sig Sauer P238. I've heard it referred to as a mini 1911. I can tell you that it looks nice, it feels nice, it's comfortable to the touch, fits your hand really nicely. Just so you know, we're not doing anything unsafe. It is empty. Nothing in the chamber. And now we'll start talking a little bit about some of the particulars. I was in a gun shop a while back and spotted it. I'd never seen one before, and it just caught my eye. When I carry a concealed weapon, I carry it in my front pocket, and I found that this fits just very nicely in that pocket. And I had an LCP several years ago, but the recoil on that LCP was too severe, and in a stressful situation I'm not sure what would have happened. I prefer something that isn't quite so noticeable in recoil. This is an all-metal frame, and it's a stainless steel slide. Goes across here. It has an anodized alloy beaver tail style frame. That's what this is right here. It looks appealing to the eye. I like the black. It's anodized. They come in a lot of different variations, grips from rosewood to your choice of almost anything you want. Has a nice sight picture, which you can see right here. The grips are fluted. You can see there, they're fluted. You're able to get your hand around it, hold it naturally, 2 fingers on it. Eventually I'll get the magazine that has the pinky on it. Allows you to have an extra bullet in it, but it also allows your hand to be a little bit more comfortable. Frame finish is black, slide finish is nitron black. In other words, it's a black gun. Some of the particulars about it: it's a single action only, which means you have to have the hammer back in order for it to fire. Like that. Since there's nothing in the chamber, I'm simply going to pull the trigger, show you how that works. Single action may be something that you are comfortable with. It might be something that you're not comfortable with. It's certainly a little different than a single action double action, which means you can pull the trigger and the hammer will come back. Trigger pull I found to be pretty comfortable. I've already shot about 200 rounds through this. Never had a failure to feed. I know some of the reviews that I've read in the beginning, when this first came out, there were failure to feeds. The magazine didn't hold the bullets correctly. There was always something that was going on that created a problem. Everybody liked the gun, but they had these little idiosyncrasies. Apparently they've taken care of it, because this is a new one and I don't have any difficulty with it at all. It has an easy way to eject the magazine. Just push the button and it pushes it right out, as you can see from that. Let's try that again. Put it a little bit lower. You can see pushes it right out, so you don't have to worry that it's not going to come out and you have to fiddle around with it. The overall length is 5.5 inches, and the overall height is about 3.9 inches, which allows it to be concealable in your pocket. This sight radius is about 3.8 inches, and it's really nice because the sights are what they call Sig Light night sights, and they're removable and adjustable if you want, but you better be knowing what you're doing if you're going to do that. And by the way, you do have to buy the replacement stock sights if you want to work with the elevation and windage. The mag capacity on this is supposed to be 6. It really isn't. It's 5. You can put one in the chamber, but you can only have 5 in a magazine. If you buy the new magazine with the extension, you can put 6 in it and then 1 in the chamber. But otherwise, this is only going to hold 5. It's relatively easy to disassemble. Naturally, you have to remove the magazine. And be aware of the slide stop, because you're going to slide this back until you can see a little notch on the other side. Right over here you can see this button. Now that is the button that you're going to push when this slide stop lines up. I'll try to get you to see it. Right inside there, when that lines up inside there, you can literally push that on the other side and just reach down with your fingernails and pull this out. Once you do that, all you have to do is slide the slide right off. Now you've got it taken apart. Spring. Take it out, lift the barrel out. Assembly, just as easy as disassembly. Put the barrel back in, put the spring and the guide rod in. I'd like for you to see here, you can see the notch. This notch has to be down so that you can press it in. Like so. Then you slide this back on. Now it's very important that you notice the ejector, because this must be pushed forward before you go trying to slide the slide back. Take the slide back to approximately this point right here. Don't rack it the whole way back. Just take it to this point. Take the pin, put it back in, just a little bit of pressure, just enough to get that in. Now you're going to take this back, put this notch right in there. And there you have it. Easy to disassemble and assemble. When it comes to carry, you have to do what you feel comfortable with. This gun is designed for the hammer to be back and the safety to be on, and for you to carry it that way. That means there's a bullet in the chamber, it's cocked, it's locked, and it's ready to go. All you have to do is pull it out of your holster or your place of concealment, take the safety off, and fire. That's called condition 1, as I understand. Condition 2 means you have a bullet in the chamber and you have the safety on, but it is not cocked. I have read so many forums, people have so many opinions on it. The only thing I know is you have to do what you feel comfortable with. With this particular gun, if you have a bullet in the chamber in condition 2, the hammer not being back and the safety on, one of the concerns that has always been talked about is if you drop this and the hammer hits it, will it fire a shot? One of the things I've discovered with this, if I have the safety on and I go to pull the hammer back, I cannot pull it back the whole way. Safety is on. Another thing I've discovered, I've simply tested it, nothing scientific about it. If the safety is off, and if by some chance I am under stress and I just can't get it quite back, it's not going to fire. until it is totally back. At that point, then it will fire. I'm simply going to read to you what some of these safety features are on it. It has what's called a hammer safety intercept notch, and all that does is prevent the hammer from striking the rear of the firing pin until the trigger is depressed. And I've discovered just that. If I put the safety on, pull the hammer back, I cannot pull it the whole way back, and it is prevented from this going forward and striking the firing pin. It also has an automatic firing pin lock. What that means is it's a safety, and it does not free the firing pin until the trigger is pulled. Now, all I'm doing is reading what the book says. You'll have to do more research to find out what all of that means for you. I know what it means for me, and all I want you to do is take a look at the gun one more time before we finish and go outside and shoot it, because I always want somebody to be able to see what it looks like when it's being fired. Close up. Really quite a nice gun. I can see why they call it the Mini 1911. When this is cocked and locked, you can see the hammer is back, the lock is, or the safety is on. That's how big it is in my hand. It's not too large, it's just right to fit in my pocket. I'm going to shoot a 10-shot group, 5 shots each, at this target. The target is 10 yards away.